My ancestors woke me up this morning. They said, son, you do know what time it is, don't you? I said, what time is that? They said it's wartime, so welcome to the war front, brothers and sisters. This is the first edition of the War on the Horizon Report. We're live on scene in Delaware with our brother Henry Fordham.
Yes.
Our brother has a very, very serious story that he wants to share with the black family out here. We've had many interviews on the radio station, War on the Horizon Radio, where brothers and sisters around the country are facing direct assaults from Europeans, from whites, murders from white police officers, lynchings in Louisiana, and now we have a lynching that occurred, at least one lynching that we know of that occurred here in Delaware, and we actually have a brother who actually successfully escaped a lynching, our brother Henry Fordham, and he's going to share his story. We're actually in the park where the white males tried to lynch our brother, and we're going to go through the interview so you can hear from our brother exactly what he went through. So, Brother Henry, I want to start off asking, you said how many white males was it that you said came to try to lynch you?
It was two.
It was two of them?
Two white Caucasian men.
Okay. Do you have any idea, if you had to guess, about how old were they?
They was roughly probably, one of them probably was like 30, and the other one probably was like in his 20s.
Okay.
Late 20s. Late
20s and one in the early 30s, something like that. Okay. How tall were they? Big? You know, what were their statures?
One was like probably 6'1", and the other one, he probably was like 5'8" or 5'7" or something.
Okay, were they big guys or they small?
One of them was, the other one was small.
Regular size,
yes.
Okay. So when was the first time that you ever seen these two Caucasian males?
I seen them when I walked on Governor Street in Dover, downtown.
Okay.
And one of them salamed me, gave me the Islamic greeting, and as he gave me the Islamic greeting, I salamed him back, and that was that.
Now, how do you think he knew you were Muslim to salam you?
I guess because of my beard.
Okay, so he was able to identify you as Islamic. You didn't think anything strange about it when the white boy said, "Hey, salam." You just thought he was Muslim as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I salamed him. So earlier that day, I just left, went back, didn't think nothing of it, went back in the crib, and seen him. The next day, seen him again, but it was early in the morning.
And where were you when you saw him this time?
I was on North New Street.
North New Street?
Yes.
Okay, what were you doing?
I was just outside, just smoking a cigarette.
So you was outside smoking a cigarette in the morning?
Because the boarding house I am, she doesn't permit smoking in her home. So
okay.
I went outside, and I was approached by the same Caucasians, and they greeted me again and said, I need to talk to you about my issues and my problems, you know, my baby mom and all that stuff. So
about whose baby mom?
His baby mom.
Okay,
his
so
baby mom, because his baby mom was leaving, taking his kids and all that stuff, which is dope. Come to find out, it was just a lie, you know. But that was just the...
So I want to make sure I get it right. So they see you standing out there, you're smoking a cigarette,
yes.
And they come to talk to you and ask you, hey, I got some problems with my baby mamas, I want to talk to you.
Got some problems, he want to know more about Islam and all that stuff, you know. So me not thinking nothing of it, I was like, okay, you know, I speak to you briefly because I got to go out look for a job. I got to prepare myself to do what I need to do. The next thing you know, that's when the drama went down. The gun was flashed out on me.
So hold on, tell us about that. So what kind of car did they pull up in?
A white Dodge pickup.
Okay, so they pulled up in a white Dodge pickup. You start talking. When they were talking to you, were they in the van, or in the pickup, or outside the pickup?
One of them, they was first they was inside. One of them was inside of the pickup. The one that salamed me was inside of the pickup. Then he got out.
Okay.
Then he, you know, ran down while he wanted to talk to me.
Okay.
You know, so that's when the pistol got.
Now that one, the one that you're talking about, was the one on the driver's side. I mean, the passenger side. What?
That was the one that salamed me.
That's the one that salamed you. Who pulled the gun on you?
Him.
Okay, so he got out. Did the other one ever get out the car?
Nah, he never got out of the vehicle whatsoever.
Okay, so he was saying he want to talk about this stuff.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden, what happened when he pulled out the gun? What happened?
The gun got pulled. The gun got pulled. You know.
Where did he point it at you?
To my head.
So he got out and do to me what he did to you. Y'all standing there, he talking about his baby mama,
like
and he just did like this. And what did he say?
He said, "Motherfucker, nigga, get in the motherfucking vehicle right now before I blow your motherfucking head off." And that was that.
Okay, so then what'd you do?
You know, I didn't, man. You know, I was great. Just say, yo, you gonna have to kill me right here. But you know, Hey.
He had a gun on you in your head.
Right.
Did you have any idea? You probably don't remember. Do you remember what kind of gun it was, or do you have any
It
idea?
looked like a 38 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. It looked
Okay,
like a 38.
revolver or
Revolver.
okay, he had a revolver.
Yes.
38 revolver. Okay, so you put the 38 on there and said you got to get in.
Yes.
So you hopped in.
Yes.
All right. Then what happened? Were you in the front or back?
I was in the back with him the whole time.
Okay, so he had back there. Did he have a gun on you, or how was it?
Yeah, he had the gun on me the whole time.
Where?
Like in my head, you know, he had hit me with the pistol and everything, go boom, and you know, told me shut the fuck up and all that shit. So I was like, Dad, I thought you was practicing Islam. He was like, man, F all that stuff, and man, that was just to get you inside. I mean, get you inside the vehicle, and gonna kill you today. So you know, that's how they got me in the vehicle right there.
Okay, so he told you in the vehicle, we gonna kill you today.
Yes.
Okay, then what did they do? What did they do? How long the drive did it take?
It took how long it took us to
get from where they picked you up to here.
Here. And it all went down.
How long would you think would say? Just for people, because people don't know.
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
So they took you about 3 or 4 minutes from where you were.
Yes.
Because most people are not from Dover, Delaware. You live in Dover, Delaware?
Yes, yes.
Brother from Delaware, he lives here. They took him 4 minutes from the street corner where they found him to a little park. What's the name of this park? Do you know?
It's called Silver Lake.
Silver Lake?
Yes.
The Silver Lake Park in Dover, Delaware, where they brought the brother to lynch him. Now, do you remember where they parked?
They parked right here.
So they pulled up to the corner right here.
Right here. Park right here. Corner, park.
They parked
right
the truck
there.
right here.
Uh-huh.
Facing this way?
Facing this way right here.
Okay.
Truck facing that way right there. Yeah.
And then what time of day was it?
Like 6 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning.
So 5:30 in the morning, so it was still dark? Or light?
It was kind of light.
It was kind of light.
It was getting there.
It was getting there. Nobody was here.
Nobody was here.
No cars?
No cars, no nothing.
Okay. So they pulled the truck up there, pull up, then what happened?
Then it all went down. The fight began. Fight for my life.
So they bring you to this stop right here in the pickup truck. Tell us what happened after that.
The struggle began. You know, we start fighting, we start hooking, you know, and everything else.
So help me out. You say so it was two of them, one in the front, one in the back. How did they get you out of the truck?
How they get me out of the truck? You know, at gunpoint.
Okay.
They got me out at gunpoint.
Okay.
And from then, that's when I grabbed one of them. Come to find out, you know, that the gun ain't had no ammunition.
So how'd you find that out? Okay.
How I know because he was like, I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker. And
oh, so he was pulling the trigger.
yeah, he was pulling the trigger and
so you never got a hold of the gun.
Nah, I never got a hold of the gun.
But he was shooting and you realized there wasn't no bullets in it.
There wasn't no bullets. He played me. He was letting me know he played me.
Oh, so he wanted you to know that.
Yeah, he wanted me to know.
Okay, so wait a minute. So they drag you out the vehicle. So then what? Yeah, you start realizing now I'm gonna fight now because they about to kill me.
Right. I'm gonna fight for my life. I already know what time it is now. I'm great. We great to get it in because I already know you trying to kill me now.
Okay.
You know, it's no robbery. It's you straight up trying to kill me.
Right.
So
So what'd you do?
So soon as we park right there. After that.
Inside or outside when you start fighting first?
I started fighting as soon as we got out here because I already knew what time it was.
Once they pulled you out the car?
Yeah, once they pulled me out the car, that was my chance right there.
Okay.
You know? So we started fighting and everything like that.
So you swung on one of them?
Yeah, I swung on one of them. And swung on one of them, I dropped him. He got back up. And the other one started attacking me with this with the knife. He started stabbing me all in my face and all that stuff, right?
So show us where he stabbed you.
He stabbed me right here, you know. He stabbed me right here. It's kind of healed up. He stabbed me right here.
Okay.
It went all the way through. He stabbed me with like a shank pointy thing. You know, stabbed me right there.
And you said it went all the way through?
Yeah, it went all the way through. Then he stabbed me somewhere. He stabbed me, I think, nah. Damn.
You just knew you was getting stabbed. You had time to
right,
sit down and figure out every place
right,
he stabbed you. Okay.
Right.
So he stabbed you, you dropped the other one, he get back up, and what's going on now? Y'all fighting?
We still tussling.
Okay.
So one of them just grabbed me by my neck, started bringing me towards this area right here. The other one grabbed my foot, you know. The other one grabbed my 2 feet, took me down to this area right here, and one of them still had me in the headlock. He dropped back on me, you know, and had his feet on me like I don't know what type of position it is, but he had me like
You couldn't move.
I couldn't move whatsoever. So the other white boy, he kept on going to the van, grabbing stuff to try to knock me out with. You know, so he grabbed the burner again, hit me up top of my head with the burner again. He grabbed some beer cans, he grabbed whatever he can to knock me out. I just know it wasn't time for me to go right then and there.
Right.
You know, once he couldn't knock me out.
Right.
Once he couldn't knock me out, I was like, oh, it's a wrap.
So you couldn't move, but he's hitting you, but you still ain't going out.
I'm not going out. He still his name was John.
Okay.
You know, the white boy name was John because they were saying each other's names and stuff like that. His name was John. And he steady hit me up top of my head. Homeboy got me in a damn headlock. Then he took my belt off. Wrapped it around my neck.
So he took your belt off.
He took
your
my
belt.
After he couldn't knock me out, he took my belt off.
Okay.
And wrapped it around my neck.
Okay.
And start
choking.
Choking me with that joint. Start tugging on the joint just.
And the other one was still holding you?
Yes, while the other one was still holding me.
Okay.
You know, so well, I'm just kind of upset about the whole situation.
Take your time, yes sir.
Bring him back. So the belt was too small. The belt was too small to do what they really wanted to do with it.
Okay.
You know, so he went back to the truck and tried to find something else. Try to find something else to hang me with. Then he was like, since we can't hang him, let's drown this motherfucker. We gonna drown this motherfucker. So they try to attempt to roll me to the lake. Mm-hmm. By the time then I'm like up, like, excuse my language, like I'm kind of like messed up. So they try to roll me down to the lake. We get all the way down here. And they dragged me down the hill. John went back to the truck to try to find something else or whatever like that. Then he ran back down. Try to throw me in this lake right here.
So help me out. When John was going up there, what was the other guy doing?
He still like had me pinned.
How?
You know, like in the chokehold position, but he had his legs wrapped all the way around.
So he was on the bottom.
Yeah,
he was on top.
On the bottom. I was on the top.
He got his legs around you and the chokehold.
Yeah, in the chokehold.
So you can't get out.
I can't move. I can't do nothing.
Okay.
So I started yelling for yelling for help or whatever like that, you know. Started yelling for help, you know, because wasn't nobody out here. I ain't think nobody heard me or whatever like that. So I'm yelling for help, and nothing came. But I was just like, I got to get. I said I know God didn't just bring me this far to let me go out like this, you know. So John ran back to the truck to get something. I don't know what he ran back to this truck for, but this is when I bit Mike. That's his name. I bit Mike.
So Mike was the one that was holding you up.
Me. Yeah,
okay.
The big white boy. When I bit him, you know, I bit him hard.
Do you know where you bit him?
On his arm.
Okay.
I don't know which arm.
Okay, but you bit one arm.
I bit him. I bit him so hard that I almost bit a chunk up out of him. I wish I did. You feel me? But
right.
He let me go. So when he let me go, cause he was screaming like a little. He was screaming. He was like screaming when I bit him, and white boy John came running over here, so I got enough time to break loose, and that's when I ran all the way over there, jumped that fence over there. Hold on, I ran through the graveyard, jumped the fence, and ended up in that lady backyard. But as soon as I ran across, he said, yo, we're gonna have to hit this. We're gonna have to hit this. That black ass. I'm running across the joint. They hurry up and jump in their motherfucking vehicle, put it in reverse, and start chasing me down with their vehicle. And that's when I jumped the gate. That's when I went to the grave, jumped the gate, and they hauled ass.
So you were able to make a beeline over there fast enough before the vehicle got to you?
Yes.
So once you got in her yard, they didn't come in her yard, no,
they did. They bounced.
So what happened when the police got there? Because this is very interesting. You want to hear this? We're here with our brother Henry Fordham, who actually successfully escaped the lynching. We came from the area on the lake where he came across into this graveyard here, ran across the graveyard, leaped this fence right here, It ended up in this female's backyard. A white female, black?
Yes, white female.
White female, older, younger?
I don't have no idea. I just seen her on her balcony.
So she was on the balcony.
Right there.
She had called the police, and she was waiting for the police to come, and it took them 25 minutes to half an hour to get here. Now, tell us what happened once the police, you were here in her backyard, the police come. Tell us what happened when the police come.
When the police, when the Dover police had came inside that lady backyard, they just straight up made mockery of me. They laughed at me. They smiled at me. It was nothing but white officers. They said they started searching my pockets, going inside my private parts and everything else.
Wait a minute, how many officers was it?
It was probably like roughly like it had to been like 10 of them surrounding me. It was a lot of them. So
they had a bunch of white officers surrounding you.
Yes.
And did you tell them? I mean, how did it start? How did you say? Let me tell you what happened. Or what happened?
I just know I had from doing all that running, because that vehicle's on my ass. So from doing all that running, jumping this fence right here, passing out in this lady yard, you know, and briefly. And she said everything gonna be all right. I just called the police and all that stuff and all that, you know. But she called the police when she heard the help.
Heard you screaming for help.
Heard me screaming for help.
So when you came conscious and the police came, tell us exactly what happened. They came. Did you start talking or they start talking first?
They start talking, flashing lights in my face. Start searching my pockets. One of them went inside my pants and all that stuff.
And what you mean when you say went inside your pants? What do you mean?
He like shook me down, like shook me down and stuff like that. Okay. Start patting my pockets, start shaking me down and all that stuff. And I said, yo, why are you shaking me down? I said 2 Caucasian men were just trying to lynch me out there. They were trying to kill me out there. He said, nah, you know you was doing something else. I said, yo, I said, you see the marks on me? I said,
so you were bleeding?
I said, yeah. I said, did I do this myself?
So were you bleeding?
Yeah, I was bleeding. I was bleeding bad out there. I was bleeding bad in that lady backyard. I was bleeding bad, and they were just making mockery of the whole situation. A hanging. That's all they kept on saying. So
they kept saying a hanging.
Yeah, and they asked me what happened, right? But I was still kind of like gone from because I was.
You just got out of a fight for your life.
Breath.
You was tired. You was nervous. I mean, it's everything.
I don't remember me saying anything to them, but they was trying to kill me. That's it.
And they were laughing about it. They didn't think.
Yeah, they didn't take it serious. They ain't even do investigation on it.
Okay, so now I want to go back to a part because you had said something earlier. You had mentioned to me that they was trying to cut your penis off in your ear.
Right.
Now tell us about that part.
Yeah, John was trying to saw off my ear with the shank. You know, he had hit me right here. He had hit me right here with the knife. Everything that he was saying, he was doing.
Okay, so he was trying to cut the ear off, but you was wiggling him.
Right.
So that would made him not be able to do it.
Right. I would just, I don't know, man. All I know, I was just doing whatever I can do
in that hole
in order for stuff not to be cut off on me. You know?
Now he said something about cutting your penis off.
Right.
How did that happen?
He tried to, but whatever he had didn't work.
So how did he try to? So what do you mean? You explain the position you were in and what happened when that happened.
That's when I started yelling help. Once he went down there, I just started yelling help, started snapping out and everything else.
Right. So what position were you in when he came down to do that?
The same position that I was in when he had me in the headlock, when Mike had me in the headlock, and I was in the same position.
So he reaches down there.
John reaches down there. He got something in his hand. Say, I'm going to cut this mother, and he couldn't do it. For some reason, he couldn't do it. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever was wrong with the knife or whatever he had in his hand, it just wouldn't work for him. So that's when I started snapping, and that's when he ran back to the truck to get whatever he was trying to get. You know, the third time, the second time.
You bit him.
And that's when I bit that motherfucker and got the fuck out of there, you know? Because I knew this was serious business. I knew these motherfuckers were trying to kill me. That's, excuse my language.
You reliving it. We understand.
That's it.
Okay, now since that time, did you go to try to get the police to investigate it? Or?
Yes, we went to the Dover police station. Me and Miss Anna went to Dover police station. They told us they're not doing an investigation on it. and get up out of the police station. If he tried to file any charges, if he tried to file any report, he will be in big trouble.
Who said that?
A detective.
They told somebody else that, or they told you that?
They told somebody else that went down there with me.
Okay, so they said if he tries to file he'll be in trouble. That you'll be in trouble.
That I would be in trouble. So we went to the district attorney's office.
Okay.
Tried to fill out a report.
Okay.
They straight up told us to get up out of there. They said, you better get up out of there before we call the police on you.
So you're going to file a report
Yes.
at the district attorney's office?
Yes.
And they tell you to leave before they file a report on you?
Yes.
Before they arrest you or whatever?
Yes, before they arrest me. Yes.
So you left there, so okay, there was no way to do that part. Okay, so then tell us about any other incidents that you've had since that time with police or any kind of threats or anything of that nature.
I was just finished talking to Dr. Issa. We walked down Queen Street, and I seen Dr. Issa, and he started speaking to me. Soon as he left, probation officer and the Delaware police officer had came up and threw me down on the ground, started beating on me out of the blue.
Now, how long was this after the incident? How long was this after the incident?
Maybe like 3 weeks ago. I mean, this happened like two weeks ago.
Okay, so wait a minute. When did the incident happen?
September the 21st.
So they tried to lynch you September 21st?
Yes.
So a couple of weeks ago would be early October.
Yes.
You were talking to Dr. Issa on Queen Street.
Yes, I was talking to Dr. Issa on Queen Street.
He left.
He left. He walked back home. He left.
And what happened?
And I started walking back. So I stopped by one of my friends' porch and sat on the porch with him and was talking to him. Next thing you know, probation parole pulled up, Delaware police pulled up, threw me down on the ground, started punching me and everything else, scraped me all up. I still got the scrapes on my knees, my head right here.
Black or white officers?
White officers.
So that scar you have there is from when the police started?
When the police start hitting me.
And the lip one, where? Right there?
Right here. Yeah, when they threw me down on the ground and stuff like that. And said this is not about nothing else. He just kept on saying that for some reason. He just said this ain't about nothing else. But he said yo, you might just want to get up out of Dover. And they peeled off. So
they were black or white officers?
White officers.
White, okay. How did you know they were probation and they were police, or how did you know the difference?
Because one of them had probation, another one had Delaware police on his on their bulletproof vests.
Oh, so they had bulletproof vests on?
Yes.
And they jumped out the same vehicle or different
Same
vehicles?
vehicle.
So you had, okay, so that means you got the Dover police working together with probation.
Yes.
And they come together.
They come together.
To come to tell you to get out of town.
Yeah, to get out of town.
So what have you done since that time?
I just been laying low, like staying away from the eyes of the enemy. That's it.
So have you told black people in the community your story?
Yes, I told them my story.
How they responded?
I think they scared. I don't know. I don't know, you know, like I don't know how they taking it because I stay to myself. But they ask me and they be like, that's messed up, you know, and all that stuff, but I just keep it moving, that's it. They just hung somebody out here like 4 months ago from a tree.
Okay. What is the community, as far as you know, doing about that situation?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I know people pissed.
Well, brother, we thank you for this interview. We're going to put this out there so the world knows what's going on. And we wish you the best, man. Be safe out here and take good care of yourself. All right, soldier?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Brothers and sisters, in relation to the same story, we have another brother, our brother Johnny Lorenzo Clark. He was a barber. Am I right, ma'am? He was a barber?
Yes.
He was a barber in Dover, Delaware. Brother got his life together, trying to do the right thing in the barber shop. And this brother was actually lynched in this same park. We're not exactly sure where the brother was lynched, but from what we understand, the brother was found hung from a tree The police will not provide the actual autopsy and the report. They're trying to say he committed suicide by hanging himself by his neck from a belt. It's very likely that the same individuals that tried to lynch our brother Henry are the same ones that lynched this brother here, Johnny Lorenzo Clark. We have a member of the family here with us that does not want to be on camera for very obvious reasons, and we just want to ask a few questions. How did you first find out about Mr. Clark's death, ma'am?
The police called one of my sons. I have 5 sons altogether. The police called one of my sons and told him that his brother was found dead at Silver Lake, hanging from his belt.
Okay, so one of your sons was called and told him that your other son was found hung in this park right here from a belt.
Yes.
Okay. Did they do any investigation after that to determine who did this or how it was done?
No, they said it was suicide.
They said, so the police said he hung himself and they committed suicide.
Yes.
Since that time, since people have gotten involved, like Dr. Jahi Issa, and trying to find out in the community, find out what really is going on, has anything happened to your family based upon the fact that people have been trying to find out what actually happened to your son?
No, not really.
Okay. None of the family members have been harassed?
No, well, there's a couple of my sons have been arrested, but they have done things illegal, so I can't really say that they were harassed. I mean, they were wanted. I had a couple of sons that were on the run, and they were caught and found.
Okay.
So
all
I
of
can't
them.
say it was based on that.
You can't say it was based on that, but since that time, a few of your sons have gotten in trouble.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. We appreciate that. Do you have anything else to say? Do you know that he had any situations that may have occurred? Anybody was looking for him, or he was in any kind of trouble, or anything of that nature?
My son that died?
Yes, the one that died in the park.
He wasn't on probation or anything. He wasn't in any trouble at that time.
Did he have a family?
He had no kids.
No kids, no
That's
children.
the worst part about it. He had none.
Yes, ma'am. Well, anything else you would like to say in terms of to people to try to find out what happened to your son?
I need to know. I need closure. And I need justice. I mean, there's some part of me that's gone. It's just an empty space. And, I can't see him doing this to himself. It's just so hard. I always was afraid, you know, the type of person that he was, that he would kill somebody else, not that someone would kill him, because he wasn't a real bad person, but he wasn't a soft person either. So I just can't. I'm confused. I can't understand why, how it happened to him. I thank everybody for everything that they've been doing and trying to do, but I just need closure and justice. I don't understand what happened to my son, why anybody would do that, but matter of fact, I can't even talk anymore. I don't even know what to say. It's just hard. And thank y'all for everything.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you. Thank you for being brave to talk to us, ma'am. We're here with Reverend Anna Watson, who's in the same community where the brother was, from the same community where the brother who was lynched and the brother that they tried to lynch is from. And she's been an activist in the community trying to get this word out and this message out. Could you tell us how you first heard about this situation and how you got involved?
The first situation was with Miss Clark's son. And first it took a lot to just gather what did happen, how it happened, or what went on. And basically, I had never heard of lynching.
Okay.
But actually, because they don't use the word lynching, if someone hung, they will say that they was hung from, you know, they call it suicidal. That's the reason why I ain't never heard of it.
So you've heard about this before?
Right, I heard one over there by Wesley College, the hanging of one in a tree.
Black man?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
It's been Not, it's been like a few years ago. If
Okay.
it's been that long, you know. But I paid that no mind, you know.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm not, you know, being busy in the community, or being busy, period, you know, with my job and so forth. You know, you don't see this stuff, you don't hear of this stuff, lynching, the word lynching, every day. And so here,
So you heard about this one?
I heard about the first one with the Clark. Then with the godson of Henry Fordham, which, you know, resides at my residence, when the police came September the 21st, about roughly, I'd say 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30, about around that time. I know I was getting ready then because I had a client in the hospital. So, but they was coming and they was sarcastic about things. They were saying, you know, did someone kick your door in, and did someone rob, you know, kidnap Henry from here? And I'm like, what's going on here? You know, they were saying, oh, well, he's been beat up, kind of scuffed up a little bit. You know, they didn't make it look like that it was a serious situation.
Okay.
And they was, you know, they was asking me how do I know Henry and so forth. And I said, well, he resides here. He's, you know, he lives here. And, you know, so, and they just went on about some stuff. And they were just, they was asking me, did I have any dead, could I go upstairs and see if it ain't no dead bodies upstairs? You know, I'm like,
Okay.
first
No, these
thinking,
black or white police officers?
these were white police officers, and there were about 10 of them. No, I said about 10 to 15 of them came to the house in that type of manner.
Okay, were they looking for him, or just they were just talking about a situation?
They was talking about a situation because I had to ask them where was Henry, and they were saying that he was at the hospital. And did I know anything about anybody coming in and breaking down my door? And well, I wanted to say to them, did you get a 911 call? If someone gonna be busting in, you would get a 911 call. But you know, at that time, I'm not thinking. I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. And then I asked, and they said that he was at the hospital, that he'd been in a little scuffle and whatnot. And they told me that he was over here, had been over here to the lake. That it took place over here to, you know, by they said it took place over there by Silver Lake. And I was saying, by Silver Lake, don't nobody go to Silver Lake, not after that killing that went on down there. I don't understand why Henry would be doing that to Silver Lake. He said he was walking a dog and so forth. He ain't got no dogs here. We're walking no dogs. And then, you know, it just made me, when they left from there, it's hot when they left from there, then the detective called me. He called me and he said to me, he said, Miss Watson, Henry getting all his stories all mixed all up. And I said, well, you know what? As soon as Henry get here or being released or y'all arrested him, they said they're not arrested him, but he would tell him he better be careful. You better watch himself or he going to end up in a whole lot of trouble. See, behind that was all of this mess. And that's why he said what he said. So, but early when Henry, he said that Henry was being released from the hospital and they'd probably be back there to the house. So Henry came back to the house and I sit and I talked with Henry and I said, you know what? And Henry told me what was going on. I said, okay, we're going to see this detective because this detective need to know that if something should have had kicked in, that if one crime committed down at Silver Lake, well, there's possible there's another crime. You know, this crime is going on and it's, you know, it's the same scenery. So you got a couple murderers still running around here. So these boys are actually murderers. They tried to attempt to kill him. He came back, when he came to me, he had no shoes on, no socks on. He was cut all up around the neck, jabbed all up around the neck, and so I'm like.
So since that time, what have you been doing to try to get the community active and doing something about this lynching?
Well, we've
and
been
bringing
having
attention?
meetings. We're having meetings. I'm on the phone. I want to say that I'm reaching out to people elsewhere in other states to come in and help, and even Washington. You know, it's time to come. You know, the whole city of Delaware need to be looked at. So it just some things here need to be looked at, not just in this area, but in every area there is possible. They need to be looked at because it is a racial thing going on. It may be one section of the black community may be paying high electric bills and the white community may not be paying that much. You see, it's a whole lot of little bit of everything going on.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time.
All right.
All right, thank you. right. Now, what's your name, sir?
My name is Douglas W. Beatty, and I live in Magnolia, Delaware.
Okay, Magnolia, Delaware. How far is that from Dover?